Hey Aries, welcome to your Astro Reels. It's my pleasure to read for you. Yay, I'm excited. As you know, these readings are timeless and signless, so you need not, like already, so you need not, as I said that, I looked down, it was 11 minutes, and I just want to pull that. Okay, anyway, okay, get out of this reading, get into this reading. Let me just hurry up with the opening. You know how it goes. These readings are timeless and signless. If something resonates for you, then chances are it's for you. If it doesn't, then I would invite you to take a step back, then come back later and see what resonates for you at that time. Also, if you'd like to work more personally with me, you know exactly where to find me. You can click the link to my Etsy page right now. Also, feel free to leave a cute little heart or a thumbs up on the video that you're watching if you enjoy the video. And let's jump right in. So, yeah, I was going to go ahead and take a look at the higher energies. I use these cards here to look at the energies as they're operating in terms of the energetic dynamics a little bit higher in the field. And then this card showed up, kind of confirming what I thought would come through. I thought it would have to do something with 1 minute 11 seconds alchemical balance, which is basically looking at the inner masculine and inner feminine polarities within the self. There's a lot of alchemical movement going on right now, so I'm not surprised to see that. And this card popped up. And it popped up around 11 seconds. So this one popped up around 11 seconds. Look at the 2 and 9, that's 11. So here we see the feminine, we see that mirroring right here. Look at that, interestingly, it's the masculine on this side. And there's a little bit, it's like I was just about to pull it up because I see my card underneath that usually talks about challenge. There's another word that I usually use, but it's not coming through right now. But it talks about a little bit of a challenge here. But I went to pick it up, as you saw, and it didn't let me. And you see this energy right here, giving the ultimate at rest energy. When I say the ultimate at rest energy, when I hear at rest, I think about the Four of Swords, a temporary timeout, 2 minutes, 11 seconds. But here, as I said, I got the ultimate at rest energy. So this is showing me that there's been a conclusion, a disconnection between form, 2 minutes, 22 seconds, and the energetics, right? So if you are actually going through some type of breakup or some type of movement away from something, could be familial, could be workplace, whatever, we're seeing here, we know obviously form is nothing in the physical, including the body, exists without an energetic counterpart. And there's no such thing as creation or creativity or anything like that operating at the physical level. Even childbirth, all of that is manifestation from a creative point that occurs in the non-physical. And so that's why anytime we think about form, people, places, things, situations, and ideas, we already know that there's an energetic counterpart to it. And so what I'm seeing here with the ultimate at rest is the disconnection of the form from the energy. So this is what happens a lot of times. We are, well, all the time, when we have different partners and different jobs and all of that, meeting different people, friendships, all of that, those forms are just literally, manifestations of our own energetic vehicle, our vessel. So that's why at any given time, you're only ever interacting with yourself, including me. Hi. So me manifesting in your physical world right now, 3 minutes, 45 seconds for you to see this video and receive the messages. Know that this is me, the form, representing the energetic part of you that is here for growth, that is here for deeper understanding, right? That's why we talk about things in terms of energy dynamics, which is all there is, and not necessarily getting stuck in the he said, she said, which is the form. Unless, of course, you're in it for personal reading, then we have to talk about both, right? So right now, if you're wondering about something that's leaving your life, I see that already happening. So for some of you, we see the masculine behind you, representing a person, place, thing, situation, idea, whatever it is. But at the same time, I'm seeing an object it's either that an object has been discarded, or, they're saying that, okay, maybe the object is the form. For a minute there, I thought it was like maybe a gift that you received, like maybe greater understanding, whatnot, but it's coming through very clearly that it's physical. And then discarding, and the way they said it, or the way it's being presented, is carrying the energy of you having sent something on their way. So it's happened before when I've given readings for friends, and even when my guides have told me about myself in terms of past exes and things like this. It happens very often where the person, my friend or me, when I was talking to my guides, we have this perception that we were the ones that were gotten rid of, whether it's, a relationship fell through and the person left us, or, whatever the situation is, or whatever, or if a job has asked you to leave, or just whatever this is, according to Earth dynamics, oh, well, you just got left, or, oh, you just got laid off or fired, or just whatever. But it happens very often that is not the case, that it's the case that you were the one that pulled the plug on it. But the way that it manifested was not you doing the physical walking away. 5 minutes, 55 seconds, something crumbled under you and the energy left your life. The form left your life as you decided on an energetic level no longer to participate in that frequency that is just yourself. In other words, here we see this harmonic flight representing masculine and feminine, yin yang, whatever, counterparts, whatever you want to say, but polarities of self. The correct way to look at it is self and self, all self, right? So yeah, I just wanted you to know that at any given time, it is always you. It is just your inability, depending on where you are along your spiritual journey, to identify what is outside of you as having any connection, let alone having a direct connection, let alone having a direct and 100% connection to you. Okay? And that is because the you that is actually in existence is much larger than your physical mind can what's the word? Oh my God, I can, the word is there. And I know some of you are shouting it at the screen, can, it's beyond my comprehend. Much because they're giving me the word compromise at the same time as I wanted to say comprehend. And that's a segue into the next thing I want to say. The you in physical form down here has your conscious mind and blah, blah, blah. And that, and even that you can walk into your friendly local therapist and they'll show you how your conscious mind, how you're lying to yourself, how you actually hate this person, but you say that you love them. Right. We can shred that up in a quick second for $200 in a dimly lit room with a plant. Right. So I'm just saying, but the you that is you goes way beyond. And a big mistake that people think is that they are making choices down here in the physical, either positive or negative choices, this and that. I would argue to you, do not waste your time with getting into guilt and shame for things that you've done at this level, right? We understand it's natural because of the way that our minds, our knowledge base, or our beliefs over time and space, different lifetimes, this lifetime, our conditioning has taught us to be. But remember, your conditioning is not reality. And so therefore, if your conditioning over time and space is not reality, then it logically follows that what you take to be real and unreal at this level is not real. It's not, it doesn't make sense. It's meaningless, right? And so when you're experiencing emotions such as guilt and shame, that is the ultimate of meaninglessness, where we're breaking our own hearts, because the reality of it is that our emotions and our thoughts and our desires, even the existential desires, are not real. They're founded upon false premise after false premise after false premise after false premise. Come and see me. I will show you the most ardent of activists down here for a cause. We will look in their past and they will see that the energetic charge around their fervency, let's put it this way, this lifetime, of course, we can cite, suffering in the world and whatnot, but they will see, oh, it's actually me that I'm rebelling against, because in those in like 3 other lifetimes I was the very oppressor that in this lifetime I'm trying to fight against. So you see, it's always you. At the end of the day, case closed. But the point that the guys were saying when they said compromise is that they're trying to say that we consider ourselves as being guilty in the sense having done bad things, having shadows, having hurt people, all of this and that, and we're piling more and more guilt or condemnation upon ourselves. And anytime we have condemnation of self or other, but there is no other, anytime we have, as I said, there's no other, is 10 minutes 1 second 1001 to show you there's no other. Any condemnation of self is going to naturally yield to self-punishment. And when you understand that you are the I am choosing your experience, that's why what your friendly local healers and people who are like seeing way higher in the field, when they put all the agency back on you, right? And people get upset. It's because they're not in their journey, their evolutionary journey yet to see how it is them. But when you go higher up in the field and you do your work, you connect the dots, you look at things, you open yourself up to seeing the not so fun things, and and then getting your energetic help from your higher self, and of course from your friendly local people who are always here to assist. Then you start to realize, oh, I am. That's it. Oneness. I am, right? So if you are the I am, of course, right, there's a one notch beneath the creator in a sense, right? Just like mom created baby, right? 11 minutes 11 seconds. Now there's equality in God's eyes, but there's no in this moment, there's no question of who gave birth to who, right? But at the end of the day, 11 minutes 22 seconds, it doesn't matter because we are all one. So you can see the mind bendingness there, but it's not really mind bending. But the thing you want to keep in mind is that where the split is, the split between seeing yourself as who you really are and then having false concepts of yourself. In other words, seeing the love that is the truth of you and seeing the falsity that is your conditioning. In other words, seeing the innocence that you are and seeing the self-hate and self-condemnation that isn't real. These are all synonyms. The split does not happen down here in the physical, right? So even though you think that that person left you and you're a loser, this and that, no, it was probably written in your soul curriculum somewhere that would be the case for learning. That already gets rid of that false emotion down here. You cannot tell down here what is a choice point and what is a free will point. It's impossible. 12 minutes 21 seconds 1 2 2 1. It's not possible. You don't have the faculty. So release yourself. But way up here, when we go to the original place of compromise, where your mind has been compromised, meaning your whole mind, which is made in the image and likeness of the creator, right? Love created you like itself, right? A Course in Miracles. Get it going, guys, right? Perfection created you perfect because you cannot operate outside of all that is. All that is the creator. All that is in all of creation. Yes, no, up, down, in, out, conceivable, inconceivable, whatever it is. That's all that is. When you step down one level, then there is a narrowing down to what I am. That's the identification of self. Out of all that is, I am that is choosing to be what? And you see, this is exactly this card right here. They're so good. Look, all that is, boom, 13 minutes, 31 seconds, 1331. I am that I am choosing to be an experience. But somewhere in there is where the compromised mind comes in, where the truth is, that you are awesomeness, that you're perfection. But somewhere in that quote unquote stepping down, if you like, lowering in frequency, is the birth of the opposite. Some people will call it the ego, right? At the end of the day, this is why you are being asked to be to recognize yourself as blameless. If you can't even judge down here what's going on, right? What do you think's going on up here? 14 minutes, 14 seconds. At the end of the day, anything that you do in your life, anything you see in your life is precipitating literally down the energetic fields from one of two paths. This is one of two choices that you, as the I am consciousness that has chosen an identity, here's the decree card, literally choosing. You're either choosing to see yourself as worthy in alignment with who you really are, or as flawed, as having lack. You can call that the serpent's kiss if you want. You can call it whatever you want, depending on what discipline you're coming from. At the end of the day, you're either choosing love, which is real, or fear, which is not. And down here, you will reap the benefits or the not benefits of it.